Alright, so I thought I would go through very quickly. I'm trying to do this extremely quickly so that if you're out in the field trying to figure it out, yeah, make a decision. We're just going to try and do this quick. So, we're trying to find the voltage drop across an 18 American wire gauge signal wire that's 1,200 feet long when the signal is 5 volts. The input resistance of the controller, 700 kilo ohm. I measured that on the controller that I got here. So we got our given. We just kind of write out this into kind of bullets, assumptions. We're going to assume that the capacitance, there's going to be a capacitance between these wires here. And so these wires, yeah, so we'll go down to our free body diagram here in a second. But Google, we're also going to assume that Google is correct and the resistance of 18 American wire gauge is 6.385 ohms per 1,000 feet. So we got our free body diagram. I don't know if electrical engineers even call this a free body diagram. I don't care. So this portion of the wire represents like the positive signal from your sensor to your controller, and this represents the negative wire of your sensor. So these are going to be the same thing, R1 equals R3, because they are both 1,200 feet. So first part, we need to find R1 and R3. So we take 6.385 ohms per 1,000 feet divided by 1,000 feet. That should give us ohms per foot. Multiply that by 1,200 feet equals 7.662 ohms. So that's the resistance of R1 and the resistance of R3. So then we're going to find the current through the entire loop. So how much current is going through here? We use Ohm's law, so V equals IR. 5 equals I times the total resistance. We can add up R1 plus R2 plus R3. They're all in series, so we can add them up. We get this as our current, this ungodly small number. Then we take the voltage, try and find the voltage across R1 and R3, because that'll be the voltage drop across the two wires in our circuit. So we take V equals our current that we just found in part 2, and then we multiply it by the resistance, and again we're adding both of those up, and we get this amount of volts, 0.0001 volts. So that's your voltage drop right there. Then just for poops and giggles, I decided to calculate the voltage drop in a percentage, and so I take that voltage divided by the 5, which is the original amount, times it by 100, and I get 0.002%. So that's what error you're introducing into your system at 1,200 feet with a 0 to 5 volt signal and 18 American wire gauge wire. So this method will work for single phase AC when you use the RMS voltages. It also works for any voltage. It could work with 10 volts. So yeah, I just thought I'd show that. I will talk a little bit more about this in the next video. I wanted this one to be short so that if you're out in the field trying to figure this out, you can just watch this quick, and it's only a couple minutes. Real simple to try and follow. If you want to take a screenshot, this is how I found it. So yeah, thanks.